what is the name of God, Yahweh or Jehovah? There are Catholic apologists saying it cannot be Jehovah. There's no letter J in Hebrew. Yeah, but they don't use Jehovah for the J sound. They use it for the Hey sound. Yehovah would be the way you would say it in Hebrew. Yahweh, well, let's just say this. Both words are trying to figure out how to pronounce the Hebrew tetragrammaton. It's 4 letters in Hebrew, okay? The first is a yod. That's pronounced usually Yah, okay? Then you have a vav, and that's usually pronounced like a V sound, okay? And then you have a Hey, Hebrew letter Hey, which is pronounced Ha. And then you have what's the last letter? I can't remember what the last letter is. Anyway, so you would, it looks like it's pronounced Yahweh, Yahweh, Yah. You get the yod sound, the vav sound, Yahweh. Okay. But the problem with the tetragrammaton is it doesn't have any vowels. Okay. All of Hebrew is written without vowels. Every word is a combination of consonants. Okay. And each word actually is it has a root of 3 Hebrew consonants, and then you can add prefixes and suffixes to it. Okay. So it's a very simple language, but has no vowels. And the only way that a Hebrew person would know how to pronounce these consonants is by the tradition. So the tradition was passed down to them, and it said, you pronounced, Yo, Vav, Hey, whatever, as Yahweh or Jehovah, depending on what vowels you would put in there. Okay. Now, Hebrew we have today that was transcribed by the Masoretes in the 900s AD, they put what they call vowel points, or vowel markings, let's say, on the Hebrew consonants, and of what they thought was the proper way to pronounce a Hebrew word. Now, it's not like they just did this out of a vacuum, okay? They have a whole tradition behind them, of rabbis and so on from century to century to century, giving them how these consonants are supposed to be pronounced, okay? And so they have a pretty good idea of how they're to be pronounced, and so they have various vowel points on these consonants. But the original tetragrammaton had no vowel points on it. And depending on the vowels that you mark it with, it's going to determine how you say the word. One way is Yahweh. Another way is Yahweh. Another way is Yehovah. Okay, Yehovah. And how do you get that Hey sound out of the beginning? You use a J. In English, like in Spanish, the J can be a ha instead of a J sound, like we use in English. Okay. And that's the way the J is used in a lot of languages, the ha sound. So that's where they go, Yehovah. Okay. So basically, Yahweh, Jehovah are just 2 different ways of saying a word that we don't know how to pronounce in English. If that helps you. Okay. All right.